It started with a quiet moment, nothing dramatic, nothing planned. But somehow, it turned into something that caught everyone's attention. During what seemed like a normal conversation, a simple question was asked, and the answer that followed. It left fans surprised, curious, and wanting more. The spotlight quickly shifted to Simone Ashley, best known for her role in the globally loved series Bridgerton. And at the center of this unexpected buzz was her co-star, Jonathan Bailey. Now imagine this. You're part of a show that millions of people are obsessed with. Every look, every scene, every interaction gets analyzed. And then suddenly, something personal slips into the conversation. That's exactly how this moment felt. Simone Ashley made what many are calling a bombshell confession, and while it wasn't loud or overly dramatic, it carried just enough emotion and honesty to instantly grab attention. Fans of Bridgerton already know the kind of chemistry that exists on screen. The connection between characters feels intense, real, and sometimes almost too convincing. So when Simone spoke about Jonathan Bailey, people didn't just listen. They leaned in. What did she mean? Was there something more behind the scenes? Or was this simply a reflection of the strong bond they built while working together? As clips of the moment began circulating online, social media did what it does best: react. Some fans were quick to express excitement, saying this just proves how genuine their connection is. Others started speculating, wondering if there was a deeper story hidden beneath the surface. And of course, there were those who simply appreciated the honesty, seeing it as a refreshing glimpse into the real relationships behind the camera. But here's where things get interesting. In an industry where everything is often polished and carefully presented, moments like these stand out. They feel real, unfiltered, and that's exactly why they resonate so strongly with audiences. Simone Ashley didn't just say something unexpected. She said something that felt human. At the same time, it's important to understand the context. Actors who work closely together, especially on emotionally intense projects like Bridgerton, often develop strong bonds. Long hours on set, shared experiences, and the pressure of delivering powerful performances can naturally bring people closer. So when Simone talks about Jonathan Bailey, it could very well be a reflection of that professional and personal connection. Still, fans couldn't help but revisit their on-screen moments. Scenes that once felt like pure acting now seemed layered with new meaning. Expressions, dialogues, even small gestures, everything started being reinterpreted. It's fascinating how one statement can change the way people view an entire storyline. Meanwhile, Jonathan Bailey himself has always been known for his the way people view an entire storyline. Meanwhile, Jonathan Bailey himself has always been known for his charm, talent, and down-to-earth personality. His portrayal in Bridgerton has earned him massive appreciation, and his off-screen interactions have only added to his popularity. So naturally, when Simone Ashley speaks about him in such a way, it amplifies the curiosity even more. As discussions continued, another layer of the story began to emerge: the power of fan perception. In today's digital world, audiences don't just watch shows, they become part of them. They form opinions, create theories, and sometimes even build narratives that go far beyond what's actually said or shown. And that's exactly what happened here. Some fans began creating edits, pairing clips from the show with Simone's words. Others shared interviews, trying to find patterns or hints that might support their interpretations. It became less about a single confession and more about the larger story people were building around it. But let's pause for a second and look at the bigger picture. What Simone Ashley shared might not have been intended as something explosive. Sometimes, honesty in its simplest form can be misunderstood or amplified. A genuine compliment, a heartfelt acknowledgement, or even a moment of vulnerability can quickly turn into something much bigger once it reaches the public. And that brings us to an important point: the line between reality and perception. Just because something sounds emotional or meaningful doesn't necessarily mean it carries hidden implications. Sometimes, it's exactly what it seems: a sincere expression of respect, admiration, or connection. Even so, the impact of Simone's words is undeniable. It sparked conversations, drew attention, and reminded everyone why people are so invested in stories like Bridgerton, not just for the plot, but for the people behind it. The actors, their dynamics, and their real-life personalities all play a role in shaping the overall experience. As the buzz continues, one thing remains clear: moments like these keep audiences engaged. They blur the lines between fiction and reality, making the viewing experience feel more personal. And in a way, that's part of the magic. At the end of the day, whether this confession was truly bombshell or simply heartfelt, it achieved something powerful. It got people talking. It created curiosity. And most importantly, it reminded fans that behind every character they love, there are real individuals with real emotions and connections. So the next time you watch Bridgerton, you might see things a little differently. Maybe you'll notice a chemistry in a new way, or maybe you'll just appreciate the performances even more. Either way, this moment has added a new layer to the story, one that goes beyond the screen. And now the question is, what do you think? Was this just a genuine expression, or is there more to the story than meets the eye?